okay, but I'll say this, right? So it's kind of hats out the bag, right? Cats out the bag. I bought this Rolex, right? I bought my dream Rolex. This is a 18 karat gold. It's got a green dial, right? I bought this using my cryptocurrency profits,
Right.
and the watch was pretty expensive. It was $120,000.
True. Yeah.
But the thing is this, right? I had been working my ass off since 2019 to buy this watch, and when I wanted it in 2019, the watch was only $30,000, but the value of the watch has been appreciating. And I said, I got all this money, these profits from crypto and all this stuff, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm, just like finding myself. It's like a just drilling away in my head. I'm like, when am I gonna get this? Well, I gotta make if I just make more money, then
Right.
they'll take this money, and I'm just like, when are you gonna, Jonathan? When the fuck are you gonna enjoy it? Like
Yeah.
you're young, this is you're pretty much in the prime of your life. Like, go buy the fucking watch. And if $120,000 is gonna derail your entire life and send you into poverty, then you deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and and so I went out and I bought it, and now I'm enjoying it. And it's funny. This watch is probably like 2-3 weeks old, and I'm already kind of grown numb to it. I'm like, hey, all right, it's okay.
Yeah. That's the way things are. They're nice to have for a while. There's nothing wrong with having things. I like things too, but yeah, and you can't take it with you. I mean, we should
Yeah.
keep a prudent reserve, of course, but what is the point in hoarding? You get to where you think that's your security, and you
Yeah.
don't ever want to think that financial security does not come from having a certain amount of money. If
Mm,
what you have today is not enough, you'll never have enough. That's something to
yeah.
ponder on.
That's my problem right now.
Well, I want more. Don't get me wrong. I love money.
Mhm.
Money can't buy happiness, but it sure as hell buys a lot more happiness than poverty does.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather be sad in a mansion.
And loving money. There's nothing wrong with loving money. The love of money is the root of all evil. That's a bad translation. It's the lust of money. Because you can
Mm,
love anything. You can love a woman. You can love a car. There's nothing wrong with loving. I love my house. I love what I do here on YouTube. I love my work. It's the lust, because lust is an obsession, like an addiction. So there's nothing
yeah.
wrong with loving. I love what I can do with money. I can help people. I can contribute to creators that help me, and I
Yep.
do that because I know I've lived long enough to know that whatever I give John or anybody else, I don't expect anything back from him, but it comes back to me multiplied. That's a
Yeah.
universal law that it just works. But
Yeah.
some people say, "Well, I'll give when I get when my ship comes in." If you can't give $1 out of $10, you'll never give 1,000 out of 10,000 or 10,000 out of 100, because it doesn't get any easier. The
Yeah.
bigger amount.
Yeah. No, it's true. But going back to the statement we were talking about earlier, you really gotta take a moment and enjoy your life, because you're gonna die. There's nothing you can do about
Right.
it. And yeah, I mean, like, I was talking about I was talking to my woman the other day, and we were just talking about, she's got this job and she's always prioritizing this job, and I'm just like, baby, look, I understand you want to be a good little worker bee, your sweetheart, whatever. And I'm like, you're giving the majority of your time daily to this company, and they don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about you,
Yeah.
and you're not going to live forever. I said, so, give what you need to give, but more so, give to yourself, give to me, give to us. Let's enjoy life instead of just getting caught in this like slave mentality. There's like,
Yeah. Rat race.
yeah, go ahead, the rat race, yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
never ending cycle. Yeah.
and
Go ahead.
if you get fired from a job, right? You get fired from a job, or sorry, let's say you have a job and you die, right? They're gonna be like, okay, this fucking bitch died, and like, here, we'll put her picture in the coffee room, but can you
Right.
get that
Right.
advertisement up? We got to get someone else in here,
Yeah,
like, fixing it.
exactly. They go on fine without you. Life goes on without you regardless. Everybody gets by. The only thing you leave is your legacy, what you've given to others, and what you've shared with others, really.
Yep. And then, your friends, your family, the ones you love, they're the ones that are going to be deeply grieving about you. They're the ones that's going to be like traumatized in life to be like, Jesus fucking Christ, this person's gone. That's traumatizing for when you lose someone to death.
Right.
And I just I tell everybody around me that I care about, like, really, it's an uncomfortable question, and it's an uncomfortable test to give the world, but really see who gives a fuck about you,
Yeah.
you know, and then that right there, it will open your eyes as to who to prioritize as in your life and who to fucking kind of, you know, shoo away.
Nobody on their deathbed wishes they'd worked another hour at the office or got one more report done. It's about the relationships you have in life. I was
Yeah,
honored to be able to take care of my father for 4 years before he passed away. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I could do that. My brother worked
yeah,
for a company, he couldn't. So I had this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My mom and I took care of him. And I was happy to, before he couldn't speak, but he was in his right mind. He was in a wheelchair.
yeah,
But I was glad that he got to see the 5 boys before he passed away. They were there, we stayed there, and so he knew that his name and his legacy lived on. So for a man, that's an important thing, or at least it is for me and most men that I know.
no, no, yeah, it is. I think it's a, I'm starting to realize I'm 36 now. I haven't had any kids, and I've been
Yeah, you
thinking
got
about
plenty
my.
of time, man.
I know, but I want to be like you, like beating my kid's ass in the ring and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
And you can if you just take care of yourself and stay away from the diet of America,
yeah, yeah. But
the fast food.
I know I have some time left, but one of the things that have really been sinking in with me lately is like I kind of missed the window to be a young dad. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's cool.
man, I think you're better off. I wouldn't have been worth a shit as a father in my 20s. I was too goddamn selfish. I'm a better father
Mm,
today than I would have been when I was younger. And that's why, think about this. Everybody says, oh, grandparents are so good. You know why? Because they have a lot of experience.
yeah.
The father I am today is a better father than I was 10 years ago because of what I've learned in my life. I have more experience, I'm more understanding, more patient, and I can my kids admire me. I don't even
Yeah.
understand that. They look up to me. I never looked up to my father. I mean, I do now, years later, I appreciate what he did for me. But when I was young like them, I wanted to get the hell out of the house. I left home when I was 15, went to work. 16, I was living by myself. And my father and I had a good relationship later on in years. But the point I'm making here is I don't my kids want to stay home. They don't want to grow up because I've been able to be a good father for them because I think I was older and I learned a lot more and they didn't have to be there when I was in my 20s chasing pussy and all these other things, and I would have been pushing them aside in the rat
Mm,
race, so to speak.
yeah. Yeah. My friend, he has some kids now, and he told me kind of same thing. He's like, in your 20s, you're just a dipshit. You're
Yeah.
selfish. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s. He told me that same thing.